Evening, everyone. I formally welcome you all on the behalf of ISTD Jaipur chapter. Myself, Mukesh Vyas, chairperson Jaipur chapter, and I take this privilege on welcoming all the stalwarts from various places. And this is really going out to be a good evening for all of us, a very full learning-oriented evening. And as soon as the name of the speaker was told to a lot of people, they all had booked their calendars. So that was the one, I think, key thing. It was the duo that worked, the profile of the speaker and the topic that was given. So I think it was icing on the cake, and everyone was ready to have this delicacy on a Saturday evening. And without much ado, I would just like to introduce, rather not introduce, rather share some light on our speaker of the day, Professor Dr. Anil Mehta. So he comes with a rich experience of 40 years and 4 decades in management arena, and one of the rare profiles who are equally mastering the art of HR and marketing. You never find both of them together in any person's profile. And I think that is what the beauty is. And he is customizing his content every, you can call every day. So what when you see one presentation 1 month before, the next time it's totally different. And see, he has been associated with all networks, maybe it's NIPM, ISTD, NHRD, and so it's a vibrant personality. And with all the institutions across India, had a chance to have him on the board. So without much, I think, wait, I think you all are all set. So over to Professor Mehta, and thanks a lot to all the viewers who have connected with us. Thanks a lot, and keep joining Jaipur chapter for these all sessions. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Dr. Mehta.
Thank you very much, Mukesh, for speaking so nice about me. Thank you so much for that. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to see many of my friends, Mr. Dabas, Mr. Salil, Lamba Saab, Vanna ji, Anand Kumar, and many others. In fact, I have a long association with ISTD. I joined ISTD in early 80s, and I was honorary secretary for ISTD Jaipur chapter for almost a decade. And of course, for 6 years, I was vice chairman, and I was also National Council member and member of Diploma Program Committee for 2 years. Thank you very much for joining. Of course, the number is not big, but I believe that perhaps people may join shortly. But the important thing is that it is not the number that's important. What's more important is the quality of the listeners, and I'm very fortunate that people like Salil, Colonel Lamba, Dabas, and other friends who are quite experienced and in fact legendary in the field of HR and training, they have joined today's session. So it's a privilege for me to interact and to speak before them. Mukesh, can I share my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute, sir. I think we'll have to first do this presentation of our banner, and then perhaps I'll give it, or I can present.
Yes, yes. So I've removed, you can do that.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Hope my presentation is visible to everyone.
Not yet. Yes, yes. Now it's there, sir. Yes.
Is it visible and my voice is also clear?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. So friends, today's session is on time management. Time, a word to which we all are quite familiar with. We all know what the time is, but perhaps it is extremely difficult to define the word time. So the word is very common, but when you put it into any single precise, concise definition, then perhaps you will be in big difficulty. You cannot give a definition of the word time that includes all the important characteristics or dimensions of time. Time can be exciting, it can be boring also. Time can be utilized, it can be wasted also. Time can be defined in terms of seconds, minutes, and hours. It can be defined in terms of days, weeks, months, and years. It can be defined in terms of school days, college days, service time, retirement time, waiting time, traveling time, hard time, happy time, and whatnot. Different perspectives, different dimensions. But one thing is very clear about the word time, that time is life and life is time. And with the passing of time, what is happening? The life is getting shortened. So first we'll have to see the perspective, the context. In what context, in what perspective we are defining the word time. According to the context and the reference, the definition changes. Napoleon, while addressing to his soldiers, once very rightly said about this word time, I am so mighty, you can ask me for anything. I can give you anything except one thing, which I cannot give, and that is time itself. The global management guru, late Peter F. Drucker, in his very famous book, which he wrote in the year perhaps in 1952, Practices of Management. In that book, somewhere is written that time is the scarcest resource, and unless it is managed, nothing else can be managed. It is the most precious thing after good health and good metabolism. Time is a resource like land, labor, capital, or furniture, building, forest, minerals. In the same category, you can keep time also, because it is very much possible that we can utilize that time for some productive, constructive, and some really valuable purpose. But time is a unique resource. Time is that unique resource which is invisible. It cannot be seen, it cannot be bought, it cannot be regained or recaptured, it cannot be stored. But in spite of all these uniqueness, yes, it is possible to utilize the time in most effective manner. God has been very kind enough, and God has been very democratic also as far as allocation of time is concerned. Each one of us has been allotted equal amount of time. Of course, how many years we are going to live, it might be uncertain, but as far as the seconds, minutes, hours, weeks, months, and years are concerned, they have been allotted equally to all, irrespective of caste, creed, culture, socio-economic background. So it's not important how much we are going to live. What is most important is that whatever our life span might be, how we are utilizing our time, because the success of any individual will greatly depend upon effective utilization of time. If you go through the biographies of great personalities in any field, you can reveal lot many qualities out of these persons. In fact, they might be visionary, full of foresightness, great managerial and leadership qualities, and of course, in some cases, fortune might have favored them in achieving their such big heights. But can you cite a single example where a person who has reached to the top position maintained it for a fairly longer period and simultaneously wasted his time? Of course, by sheer luck or fortune, you can achieve one or two success or few successes. But if you want to turn success as a habit, if you want to reach at the top, then you will have to utilize your time in a most effective manner. What a strange thing that people very often equate time with the money. But what a strange thing that when the question of money comes, many of the persons are quite miser. They are most economical. They want to spend their money in a rational way. But when those who are equating time with the money, when the question of spending time comes, then many of us are quite liberal. Why is it so? Why people are so generous in spending their time when they know it very well that time once lost cannot be regained? On the other hand, money once lost, there is always scope, there are always probability to regain it again. Perhaps people are not much conscious, or people somehow neglect time as a resource. Shakespeare, in one of his writings, has very rightly said about time, मैंने वक्त को बर्बाद किया और अब वक्त मुझे बर्बाद कर रहा है. बहुत सही और सटीक बात है. जो लोग वक्त की कदर नहीं करते, एक न एक दिन ऐसा आता है जबकि वक्त उनको बर्बाद कर देता है. So if you waste your time, the time will come, it will destroy you. In America, a survey was conducted. It was a very extensive survey, and the theme of the survey was that if an average human being is going to live 70 years, of course the longevity has increased, but just assume that if an average human being is going to live for 70 years, then how he is going to spend his time. And the results were quite surprising. According to that survey, on an average, the lifespan of a human being of 70 years is spent as under. It was assumed that a day comprises of 24 hours. So how much we sleep? Almost 8 hours a day. And in the same calculations, it comes around 1/3 part of the life, that is around 25 years. Study or education, formal degree, it takes 8 years. Rest or illness, 6 years. Holiday recreation, 7 years. Commuting time, 5 years. And eating time, it consumes 4 years. Transition period, that is getting ready for all these activities, in 3 years. Of course, it varies from individual to individual, but you can add many more such other activities also. But if you just take these these activities, so if you total them, it comes around 58 years. That it means that you have only and only 12 years for some effective work. You may disagree with this kind of data jargon, but it cannot be precise, but you will agree that how important that time is. This kind of statistics is providing just a direction to just reveal that time is very important. Now the question is, what is time management? Of course, there are certain common myths. So let's talk about these common myths first. In fact, they are myths. They are general statements that we often give, but they are not true. I am busy. In today's world, who is not busy? And the person who is busy, you can expect some work from that person. If the person is not busy at all, you cannot expect anything. He will not do anything. It's simply a statement, nothing else. I don't have time. And the reality is that everybody is having time, an equal amount of time. I'm not happy in my life. Don't blame others. If you are not happy in your life, you are solely responsible for that, and not utilizing your time in a proper manner is one of the reasons for your unhappiness. I don't feel I've achieved anything this year. Again, don't blame anyone. If you can't achieve, if you didn't achieve anything, then you are responsible for that, nobody else. I don't have any control on my life. My boss controls my time. My spouse controls my time. Who controls whom? It all depends upon your managerial skills. How well you can manage your family, your boss, your organization. I wish I were more than 24 hours per day so that I can get more time, more things done. Of course, it is simply a statement, because the reality is that in this world, nobody has got and nobody will get more than 24 hours in any case. So they are common myths, general statement. And what is the solution? Solution is effective time management. So now the question arises, what is time management? Basically, time management is doing the right thing right at the right time in right manner. As a student of management, we all know that by merely doing the things right will not serve the purpose unless we do the right thing right. And moreover, doing the right thing right in a right manner is also important at the right time. Doing the right thing right at the right time in right manner is time management. Right from our early childhood and even today, we always advocate that work hard, because there is no substitute of hard working. Yes, it is true that one should always work hard, but it is our experience in our case that by merely putting hard work is no guarantee of success. Many times we do a lot of hard work, put hours and hours in a particular project or assignment, and even then we don't get success. And that's why the slogan of time management is working smarter along with working harder. So it means that working smarter along with working harder is the slogan of time management. There are three terms: time management, life management, and self-management. Though they appear synonyms to each other, but truly speaking, they are one and the same. Because if you cannot manage your time, then you cannot manage your life, you cannot manage yourself. If you cannot manage your life, then you cannot manage your time, you cannot manage your self also. And it is true in case of life management also. And interestingly, most of the time management principles are basically common sense. There is hardly anything new. But it is also true that though they are common sense, but they are not common practice. Time management is basically application of time management principles in our personal and professional lives. So management includes both managing people and managing things. And there are certain tools, techniques, principles for managing people and things. And when we start applying all these tools and tips, principles, procedures in our personal and professional life, then we become an excellent time manager. Management is universal in nature, and similarly, time management is also universal in nature, which can be applied in all cases, irrespective of our profession, vocation, age group. Of course, the personalities vary, ambitions also vary, circumstances also differ. So with some flexibility, with some variation, it is possible to apply time management principles. So rightly said that time management is basically controlling the life and not driven by the circumstances. Time management is not making any person machine. Time management includes enjoying the journey of life, every day of it, not a perfect day in future. And time management means having a right balance in the wheels of life. So as I already mentioned that what is time management? It is nothing but it is application of management in our personal and professional lives. That is time management. Now, if you are really interested in managing your time, then there are certain guidelines. So I'll be discussing with you in very brief about all these tools and tips of time management. Of course, their application will depend upon your circumstances and situation. Fundamentals are the common, but their applicability differ from individual to individual, from position to position, from place to place. Now, the question is that if you are really interested in managing your time, then start with identifying your time wasters first. Unless you know what the problem is, unless you can diagnose the problem, you cannot take any remedial measure. Nobody else, in case of time management, you are the best judge to decide what will be the best suitable prescription for you. These are simply guidelines, as already mentioned, but ultimately, the final judgment will be yours. And start with identifying your time waster. This should be the first step towards time management. Again, time wasters are again subjective. It varies from person to person. Whatever might be in my case, time waster will be, but in your case, it can be time saver also. Again, time wasters and time saver will be depending upon your nature of work. For marketing people, networking, socializing may be a good investment of time in many cases, but for a researcher or scientist, it might be time wasted also. So it varies from person to person. But let us try to identify some of the very common time wasters. In fact, again, a survey was conducted, and in this survey, the purpose was to identify the 15 most common time wasters for managers, which are in most cases equally applicable in our case also. What these most common time wasters are: lack of objectives, priorities, and daily plans, attempting too much at once, leaving tasks unfinished, inability to say no, lack of self-discipline. That's the essence of problem, that if we cannot manage ourselves, then we cannot manage the time also. Crisis management, I'll be taking these points later on also in big detail. Cluttered desk and personal disorganization. Inadequate, inaccurate, and delayed information. Lack of communication or unclear communication. Indecision and procrastination. Drop-in visitors at your home and at office. Meetings. Telephone and mobile interruptions. Ineffective delegation and confused authority and responsibility. So these are, of course, the list is not complete. It is quite exhaustive. You can add many more, but these are the most common time wasters, particularly in the field of management. So, what to do? In fact, nobody else has already mentioned that you are the best judge. You can develop your own time wasters, and for that, you may adopt a very systematic approach to identify your time wasters. In your case, what are the time wasters? You may draw 3 columns in your notebook, prepare a chart. This chart will contain 3 columns. The first one is serial number, second one will be activity, and the third one will be time taken. Serial number, activity, and time taken. What you can do is that right from early morning when you get up, till late night when you go to sleep. Say, if, for example, if you get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go to bed at 11, how an average day is basically what you are doing in your average day. Just think about your an average day, not a special day. At what time, what you do, and how much time you take in that particular activity. Start recording it. Note down what you did and how much time you took. And while preparing this kind of prescriptive details, even the activity might be quite routine one, even taking bath or having meals or breakfast. Just note down those activities also and how much time you took throughout the day. And please, religiously, noting down your routine, your schedule for next 15 days. Of course, it looks quite strange. What is so unique in noting down all these activities? But still, I'll insist that please do note down. And just analyze after 15 days what you have noted. You will be surprised to note that during last 15 days, you forgot. Now you will be able to recall. You forgot many activities to perform. During last 15 days, perhaps you took quite abnormal time in performing some routine activities which were very much essential. You had to perform, but you took quite abnormal time. And during past 15 days, you were involved, you were busy in many activities which were undesirable, discretionary. Of course, now you cannot regain that time which you have already spent. Now, this kind of analysis will provide you the future plan of action. Now, what you have to do is that start skipping or curtailing those activities which are undesirable or discretionary. Then do those activities quicker or smarter, which are routine one. You have to perform, but you are taking abnormal time. So by curtailing the undesirable, unnecessary activities, doing the routine activities in a smarter way, whatever time you have saved, start channelizing that time in those activities which you consider most important or relatively more important for you. Your time will automatically start getting managed because time is not elastic. You cannot stretch it. You will have to adapt the given time. That's the only option. So start with identifying the time wasters. Now, the second important thing, and let me just frame a background for it. When you start your day, when you come out from your home, maybe you're going to office, and then you find someone, some known person, your friend, your colleague, as soon as you reach the office. After greeting him, perhaps what will be your first sentence after saying namaste or hello? Hi, how are you? It's a ritual. And he will also say, hi, how are you? Now, one truth about this hi, how are you is that perhaps it is just a ritual, because in this materialistic world, very few or nobody bothers how are you. It is just a starter to start your conversation. So you will start your conversation with hi, how are you? When you ask somebody hi, how are you, then sometimes people just after taking a deep breath just say just killing time, चल रहा है, काट रहे हैं, इतना वक्त तो निकल गया, बाकी भी निकल जाएगा. People of negative thinking. The truth is कि ये लोग वक्त नहीं काट रहे बल्कि वक्त इनको काट रहा है. Negative thought of people, and for such persons this subject is useless. Category 2, if you ask someone hi, how are you, कैसे हैं, And the instant reply would be, अरे यार, extremely busy. And कई लोग तो यहाँ तक बोलते हैं कि भाई क्या बताएं, इस ऑफिस में इतना काम है कि मुझे मरने की फुर्सत नहीं है. कई लोग बोलते हैं सांस लेने की फुर्सत नहीं है, और कुछ बोलते हैं जहर खाने की फुर्सत नहीं है. It's good that if you are hardly any time to die, but if you ask such persons the second question, what are you busy about? ऐसा क्या कर रहे हो भाई, आपकी ऐसी व्यस्तता का क्या रिजल्ट आने वाला है? Then many people will not respond because even they don't know in what activity they are busy about. और कई लोग आपको हंसते हुए कहेंगे, अरे यार, busy without work, busy without work. It is objectionable, busy without work. And a simple rule here is, हिंदी में थोड़ा सा बोलूंगा बीच बीच में मैं, व्यस्त रहने के लिए व्यस्त ना रहें, व्यस्त दिखने के लिए व्यस्त ना दिखें, अपनी व्यस्तता को परिणामोन्मुखी बनाएं. You should not be merely action oriented, you should always be result oriented, because your performance appraisal will always be based on the results or outcome, not on the basis of how much time you have consumed or where you are busy. I'm not saying that busyness is not important, but busyness itself is not an end. It is just a means to achieve certain ends. So what is important here from the perspective of time management, the end, the goal is extremely important, and that's why always set goal. Those who are setting goals and those who are really firm, committed, determined, time bound, and sincere to translate their goals into reality, then perhaps they are on the right path. मेरे पास अगर कोई मकसद नहीं है, मेरा कोई लक्ष्य नहीं है, मुझे पता नहीं कि मुझे जाना कहाँ है, तो मैं किसी भी रास्ते की ओर मुड़ जाऊंगा और मेरा वक्त तो बर्बाद होगा ही. इसलिए ये बहुत आवश्यक है कि लक्ष्य तय कीजिए, और लक्ष्य तय करने के साथ साथ लक्ष्य के प्रति आपकी वचनबद्धता, आपकी प्रतिबद्धता, आपकी निष्ठा, आपका कृत संकल्प होना और समयबद्धता भी उतनी ही जरूरी है. प्लीज डू सेट योर गोल्स, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अलॉन्ग विद दैट, जो मैंने कुछ वर्ड्स यूज किए वो साथ में होना ही चाहिए, बिकॉज दीज वर्ड्स विल डिफरेंशिएट गोल्स इनटू गोल्स एंड ड्रीम्स. मैं सोचता तो बहुत हूं, ये कर लूंगा, वो कर लूंगा, ये कर लूंगा, सपने बहुत देखता हूं, लेकिन आधे अधूरे मन से ना निष्ठा है, ना प्रतिबद्धता है, ना वचनबद्धता है, ना कृत संकल्प हूं, ना समयबद्धता है, तो क्या होगा? वो जो गोल है वो केवल एक स्वप्न मात्र होगा, उससे अधिक और कुछ नहीं. लेकिन मैंने सपना देखा, लेकिन सपने के प्रति मैं निष्ठाबद्ध हूं, वचनबद्ध हूं, तो मेरा वो सपना भी लक्ष्य में तब्दील हो जाएगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई here what is important is that if you are not aware about the direction you are going, you will end up exactly where you are going. I think what is most important is that please do set goals, and set goals covering all the dimensions of your life, your family, your work, your health, your professional development, your personal development, your finance, etc. And what can be the goal? Goal can be anything what you want to accomplish in your life. And if you are finding it difficult to set your goals, then just think, if you had only 6 months to live, what are the things you want to do, and accordingly set your goals. So goal setting means setting goals for short term, medium term, and long term, and setting goals covering all the dimensions of your life. And what is important is, please, sincerity tab aayegi when you are having written goals, because it is rightly said that palest ink is better than the brightest memory. It's not enough to have goals in mind. Put them down on papers, because when you are putting your goals down in papers, then it's an agreement with yourself that you are aware of the goals and will pursue them. So these are some of the hints to find your goals. What do you want to do, accomplish in next 5 years? What are your long-term goals? What are your dreams and ambitions? What are your working goals? What are your professional goals? And of course, we all know about that smarter principles of setting goals. While setting goals, be specific, that is, set goals with enough details to know what success look like. Measurable, make it measurable, quantifiable as far as possible. So set goals with quantitative success items, action oriented. So in your goals, write down the specific steps you need to reach success. Realistic, don't be over ambitious. We all have our own limitations and constraints. So within those limitations, set your goals. Of course, bit challenging, but within your reach, keeping it in view your own limitations and constraints. So given my time and other constraints, can I reach the goals? And then timely also, because goals without having any time horizon is a dead goal. So always follow this SMART principle. And what are the benefits of goal setting? If you set goals, then certainly there will be certainly high level of achievement. Achievement of goals will lead to boosting your self-confidence. Your performance will certainly improve. When you get confidence, when your performance is higher, then it will give you a lot of personal motivation, which will certainly provide you personal satisfaction with work or whatever you are doing. And when you are satisfied, then it will certainly increase your happiness, and you will develop a positive attitude or can-do attitude, and your life will be more fulfilling. Then another important thing is planning. It is rightly said that plan your work and work your plan. Every hour spent in planning is going to save at least 3 to 4 hours in its execution. If you are failing in planning, you are planning to fail. So what is important is that just think about again your average day. Again, the same example, if you get up in the morning at 6 and go to bed at 11, what is your average day comprising of? Around 17 hours. Yes, it is true that nobody can plan for 17 hours. Nobody can plan for hour to hour or minute to minute, because after all, we are human beings, we are not machine. But certainly, each one of us can plan for 7-8 hours, on at the most 9 hours per day. We can incorporate 6, 7 or 5 or 6, 7 activities, important activities for that particular day. And if we could perform these activities which we decided in the early morning or one day in advance, then it's a big success, because time management doesn't say that you should become a superman or superwoman or super effective or super productive. It simply says that whatever you have planned, you should be able to execute it. That's all. So planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. And of course, after all, we all are human beings. There might be situations which are unforeseeable. Some special things may happen. There may be some incidents which you didn't predict earlier that may happen. But you will agree with me that such incident may not happen daily. Even as already mentioned, that be flexible. Out of an average month of 30 days or 31 days, if you could just plan and just execute a plan for 20, 22 or 23 days, that's a big success. That's all. It's a big success for your satisfaction. So plan each day, each week, each month, each year, plan everything. And moreover, be flexible. You can always change your plan if you find it difficult to execute. But what will you change unless you have a plan with you? And mind it, don't schedule what is then humanly possible. Make realistic plan for yourself. Don't stress about the things that are beyond your control. Of course, as already uh, mentioned, that we all are human beings, we live in the society, many things may happen, but at least in spite of all these constraints, we must plan and, of course, always keep the long-term goals in mind and allocate time accordingly. Check, refine, and anticipate. Check your progress. In fact, it's not merely planning, but regularly check your progress again against your time schedule or estimate. Refine the schedule if needed and anticipate or follow the possible problems also. You must have daily to-do list. All of us receive and buy diaries, but how many of us are really using the diary effectively? So please do use the diary for daily to-do list. The advantage is that it will be a visual schedule. It acts as a reminder. It acts as a direction, and you will get satisfaction when items are crossed off. So always prepare this daily to-do list. So there are a number of things which you can use, or meetings, or appointments, or follow-up, phone calls, and short-term follow-up articles, etc. I think it is the essence of time management. Most of us do the things which are perhaps either easy to perform, or we are engaged or indulged in those activities that give us शॉर्ट टर्म प्लेजर. हम वो काम करते हैं जिसको करने में हमें मजा आता है, जो आसान है, जो हमें क्षणिक आनंद देती है. लेकिन उस वक्त हम वो काम नहीं करते जो कि हमें करना चाहिए था, जो वक्त की मांग थी. जरूरी नहीं कि जो आप कर रहे हैं और जो आपको करना चाहिए दोनों बातें एक हो, एंड वहीं से your priorities start getting disturbed. In fact, why setting priorities is so important? Because you can't do everything. Think about what you would like to accomplish and think about what regret you might have for not accomplishing something. On that basis, please set your priorities. Just see few slides very quickly about this setting priorities. Is this jar full? Someone can unmute the mic. I cannot see because of this full side. Someone
Yes, sir.
yeah. Is this jar full?
Yes, sir.
It's not full.
It's not full. So both the versions are there. You have mentioned that it is not full because you'll find some space in between these stones. So in order
Yes.
to fill up these gaps, what we can do, we can just fill some small, very small kind of stone, and we can fill it up to top. Now, after filling it up to the top, is this jar full? Yes or no? Yes or
No, it's not.
No, sir. No, sir.
still it is? You are saying it is not.
No.
No. So what we can do is that we can just more like a blended kind of thing. We can put like powder and we can fill it up to the top. Is this jar full now?
It's still not full.
Still not full. Okay, fine. Still there might be some small space there might be. So what we can do that we can fill it with the water up to top. Is this jar full now? Is this jar full now after filling the water up to top? Is this jar full?
Maybe some sugar can be added.
We have already mixed the sugar, sir.
Okay.
Now it's full.
Now it's full. Yep.
सर वाटर की जगह मीठा मीठा अमृत डालो. वाटर की जगह मीठा मीठा अमृत डालो.
मीठा मीठा अमृत भी डाल दिया हमने. उसके बाद जार फुल हो गया क्या सर, बताइए आप. जो आपने कहा शक्कर डाल दिया, हमने अमृत मान लिया, इसको अमृत भी डाल दिया, लेकिन अब मत कहिएगा कि जार अब फुल नहीं है, क्योंकि आपने कुछ डाला. इफ यू पावर फर्दर वो बाहर निकल जाएगा. So why we are just focusing on these few slides here? उसका क्या लेने देना है प्रायोरिटी से? लेना देना है साहब. अगर आपने शुमे आपने जो जिसको आपने शुगर वाला मिक्स पानी कहा, आपने इसको अमृत कहा, अगर आपने पूरा भर दिया होता ऊपर तक, तो क्या आप इसमें पाउडर भी डाल सकते थे? नो। क्या उसमें आप बुरादा डाल सकते थे? नो। और कंकड़ का तो सवाल ही नहीं उठता, और बड़े पत्थर तो इम्पॉसिबल। ये पॉसिबल हो पाया इसीलिए क्योंकि आपने पहले पत्थर डाले, फिर छोटे कंकड़ डाले, फिर बुरादा डाला, फिर पाउडर डाला, फिर आपने पानी डाला, वो अमृत वाला। आपको नहीं लगता कि वो जो पानी है वो केवल क्या है, वो शायद एक तरह से एक सिंबल है, दैट सिंबल इज योर मोस्ट रूटीन एक्टिविटीज ऑफ लाइफ। एंड जो ये बिग रॉक्स हैं, जो बड़े पत्थर हैं, वो क्या है, आपके मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, आपके प्रायोरिटी में जो टॉप आपकी जो एक्टिविटीज है वो है। ये सब कुछ हो पाया बिकॉज यू फॉलो ए पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर, एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट इन केस ऑफ सेटिंग योर प्रायोरिटीज। सबसे पहले वो काम करें विच यू ऑट टू डू, उसके बाद वो काम करें विच यू शुड डू, और उसके बाद वो काम करें विच आर नाइस टू डू। करें तो ठीक है, वरना छोड़ भी सकता है। लेकिन अगर आपने प्रायोरिटी को उलट दिया तो फिर it will be a criminal waste of time. It will be complete chaos. So that's a priority setting, and there is another formula for this priority setting, 4 Ds. What is required immediately, do that. If you could get it done from others, delegate it. If you could prolong it for a long period, और आप उसको डिले कर सकते हैं, डिले कीजिए, और जो काम करने की जरूरत है उसको आप डिलीट कर लीजिए. Do delegate, delay and delete. Just see this window, and I put it in a different way. Just imagine about a house which is having 4 floors: basement, ground floor, first floor and second floor. This basement part of the house is basically comprising of nothing but those activities which are neither urgent nor important. They are the routine kind of things. In fact, give that last priority to these activities. वक्त हो तो कीजिए, वरना skip कर दीजिए. Last priority, neither urgent nor important. For example, sleeping beyond 7 hours, neither urgent nor important. Excessive gossiping, excessive TV viewing. वैसे तो क्या है, जहां भी excessive word लगता है वहां समय मैनेजमेंट का बेड़ा गर्क होता है. Even reading newspaper in the morning hours extensively is again neither urgent nor important, particularly if we are not reading some good editorials and good articles. Just confining our newspaper reading in detail on the daily news, हर खबर को हम पढ़ते हैं देर से विस्तार से extensively, neither urgent nor important. It's your, again, it's your priority. If you feel that, just find out those activities which are neither urgent nor important, give the last priority. Then coming to the ground floor of the house, things which are urgent but not important. Urgent है, important नहीं है. Most of your routine activities are urgent, but they don't give you good results for the long term. They were not important. Most of the visitors or guests at your home or at your office, urgent, no option, because culture says Atithi Devo Bhava. Yes, we also advocate that Atithi का तो आपको सम्मान करना ही है, अतिथि देवो भवे. बट अनवांटेड कॉलर्स और गेस्ट को थोड़ा सा डिस्पोज ऑफ करने में भी यू हैव टू बी बिट टैक्टफुल आल्सो. अनवांटेड और अनटाइम कॉलर्स, और कुछ लोग जो आपके पास ऐसे आते हैं जो बहुत चिपकू किस्म के हैं, यू विल हैव टू बी adopt certain strategy to deal with these guests. Surfing on the internet, unnecessary. एक बार जब नेट खोलते हैं तो 10 चीजें और देखते हैं. Most of your mails are junk mail. अब टाइम कितना खराब हो रहा है, फिर भी देखना तो होगा, पता नहीं कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट मेल निकल जाए. Most of your daily routine activities, नाना धोना, खाना खाना आदि आदि, अर्जेंट इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं. The only prescription is कि भाई इन काम को थोड़ा सा फुर्ती से करेंगे तो you will be able to save time. Then coming to the first floor, which is basically this red quadrant, that is important and urgent. No option. You will have to take these activities on the topmost priority. Urgent है, important नहीं है सवाल. urgent be or important be. I will put it in a different way that many of the urgent and important activities are nothing but they are crisis management. There are two types of crisis. Number one, there are crises which are unforeseeable, unavoidable. Suddenly these crises occurs. हमारा नियंत्रण नहीं है, हमारा बस ही नहीं है. अगर आ गई सिर पर तो आपको सब काम छोड़कर इनके लिए करना ही पड़ेगा. वो तो कुछ उसमें कुछ काम आएगा ही नहीं साहब, बिकॉज यू आर इन ए क्राइसिस सिचुएशन. बट यू विल एग्री विथ मी कि बहुत सारी क्राइसिस हम खुद इनवाइट करते हैं. वी आर इनवाइटिंग क्राइसिस विच वी शुडंट हैव इनवाइटेड. बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हमारी लाइफ में जो हमको देर सवेर करनी होगी. बहुत सारे खतरे और आशंकाएं हम पर मंडरा रही है, बट वी आर इग्नोरिंग दैट. आपने समय पर एक्शन नहीं लिया, वो क्राइसिस आप पर आएगी एंड देन यू विल फॉल इन दिस कैटेगरी. तो जिन चीजों को, जिन खतरों को, जिन कामों को, जिन आशंकाओं को आप एंटीसिपेट कर सकते हैं, स्टार्ट टेकिंग द रिमेडियल एक्शन. और आप अपने जो भी एक्शन ले सकते हैं उनके लिए पहले से ले लीजिए, वो काम पहले से कर लीजिए ताकि आप पर वो क्राइसिस आए नहीं, और आती भी है इवन देन यू विल बी इन ए कंफर्टेबल जोन. So it's not always that you should adopt the reactive approach, you should adopt the proactive approach. So instead of being compelled by the environment, you should be able to control your environment to a great extent. Don't invite unnecessarily the crisis situation. And the last part is, that's very important, that is important but not urgent. Here in this priority setting, I consider this zone, this quadrant, the most important. This is the second floor of the house. There are activities which are not urgent today, but you know it very well that these are the activities, if you perform them on a regular basis, ongoing basis, then they are going to fetch you rich dividends in the years to come. Your daily exercise, your regular health checkups, your yoga, your meditation, your ongoing continuing learning, your writing books on a regular basis. Normally, I advocate that if you are really interested in writing a good book, of course, writing a quality or good book is not an easy task. But I would like to share my own experience. When I was very young, just joined the university, I took a resolution. And the resolution was, I will write 1 page per day, just 1 page. Well, writing 1 page is not a difficult task. मैं लिखता चला गया बिना किसी ब्रेक के, एंड यू विल सरप्राइज के 1 साल में मेरी पहली किताब पब्लिश हो चुकी थी. एंड जब वो किताब आई और जब मैं किताब पूरी कर पाया तो मुझे अपने आप पर ताज्जुब हुआ. आई वाज एस्टोनिश्ड. यार मैंने कब इतना बड़ा काम कर डाला. मैं अगर नहीं लिखता, बिकॉज इट वाज नॉट अर्जेंट, लेकिन मैं लिखता चला गया बिकॉज इट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर मी. जिंदगी में ऐसी चीजें जो आपको लॉन्ग टर्म में इम्पोर्टेंट आपके लिए होगी, just pick up small chunk of those activities, do them on a regular basis, and perhaps one day the same situation will happen with you. आप खुद अपने आप पर ताज्जुब करेंगे. बड़ी कामयाबी जिन लोगों को मिलती है वो कोई चमत्कार नहीं होती, कोई किस्मत नहीं होती, लेकिन लोगों की वर्षों की तपस्या होती है. This should be your priority. So I think this is all about the priority setting. Organize yourself. That's very important. Just see a room of an academician, say researcher. What a chaos. If he wants to just trace one file, one document, one book, how much time he or she will take? 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours? फिर भी नहीं मिल रहा है. And lot of stress. And what impression this person is going to give. So the fundamental of management is, जो कि फ्योल ने कहा है बहुत पहले, A place for everything, and everything should be on its proper place. Not from aesthetic point of view, but if you are an organized person, then perhaps it will improve your efficiency also. So keep everything clean, well organized, follow that principle, a place for everything, and everything should be on its proper place. Your room, your wardrobes, your shelves, your almaras, even your trays, computer folder and file. So follow the same, organize everything, a place for everything, and everything should be on its proper place. I think it will be a good time management tip. Learn to say no. The first important thing, let me tell you one thing, that please don't say no. If you can help someone, if you can do the task, you must accept it. But there are people, हमारा सबका सामना पड़ता है. People are so humble, या कई बार लोग पता नहीं मना नहीं करते हैं, हाँ 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 करते जाते हैं और काम भी नहीं करते, और बाद में वो दूसरों के कामों में इतना ओवरबर्डन हो जाते हैं कि फिर वो स्ट्रेस में भी आ जाते हैं. काम कर सकते हैं तो करिए, जरूर कीजिए, लेकिन जिस काम को करने के लिए यू आर नॉट ऑथोराइज्ड, यू आर नॉट कॉम्पिटेंट पर्सन, देन प्लीज से नो. बड़ी विनम्रता के साथ क्षमा याचना करते हुए, कारण बताते हुए और विकल्प सुझाते हुए यदि आप मना करते हैं तो लोग उतना बुरा नहीं मानते, उतना तब मानते हैं जब आप हाँ भी कर रहे हैं और काम भी लोगों का नहीं कर रहे. Because people take advantage of you only with your permission. So why to say no? Because you can't do everything. Don't undertake things which you cannot complete, and remain constant to your goal. Remain consistent to your goal. That's more important. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपकी प्रायोरिटीज बहुत बिगड़ जाएगी, आप काम नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो मना करने में ज्यादा समझदारी है. Now how to say no? Already mentioned. विनम्रता के साथ क्षमा याचना करते हुए, कारण बताते हुए, विकल्प बताते हुए आप मना करते हैं तो लोग बुरा नहीं मानते. Be polite, respect yours and other people's time, keep your promise of calling back, and train others to do the jobs which can be delegated also. Frequent interruptions are again a big time killer. In fact, if you are involved in a serious kind of work that requires a lot of concentration, so keep yourself in isolation, particularly. Isolation word हम सब आजकल बहुत वाकिफ हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी that job that requires concentration, आपको isolation में जाना ही चाहिए. Otherwise you cannot do the work within time, and qualitatively काम आप नहीं कर पाएंगे. So in order to build that isolation, build barriers against interruptions, just instruct your family members or your office staff that you should not be disturbed when you are busy with such work. कुछ टाइम निकालना होगा for serious work. So for crucial deadlines, make yourself inaccessible, be polite but direct, and often an alternate time. That's also important many times. Now, other important thing. Decision making is the heart of management, and certainly it is heart and soul of time management also. Because success of any person will be depending upon taking right decision at the right time. Not taking a decision is also a decision, and one should not take such decision unless there are certain genuine grounds for it. If you feel that if you are not having adequate information, if you really feel that this is not the proper time to take decision, better defer your decision, no problem. But deferring or procrastinating decision without having any genuine reason for it is in fact a big time waster. You should believe in that slogan. Do it today, do it now. आज का काम आज करना है और आज का काम अभी करना है. Not on that Hindi मुहावरा, आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों, इतनी जल्दी क्या है अभी जीना है. So that will be criminal waste of time. So procrastination is the thief of time. So procrastination is a vicious circle where we never do today what we can postpone to tomorrow. I think meeting is another important thing. It can be a time. I'm not saying that it's a time waster, it's a time saver, time utilizer also. It all depends how well you are attending the meeting and how efficiently you are chairing the meeting. Meeting should not be such place where two or more persons assemble and then collectively decide that nothing can be done. No decision can be done. It's a criminal waste of time. There are two types of meeting. Meeting number one, category one, where your presence is voluntarily. Number one, where you have to play very little role or no role, where you cannot contribute anything. It is voluntary to attend, and better skip attending such meetings. And if you are attending a meeting which is mandatory, where your role is crucial, then please go thoroughly prepared with the intent to contribute something constructive and positive, useful in that meeting. And of course, as a chairperson of the meeting, there are a number of, I think it's a different subject, how to conduct the meeting. I need not have to speak about that, but you will have to chair the meeting very effectively. I think it's a big problem with all of us. Telephone, mobile, and social media. In fact, it's a subject of research and project. How much time people are spending on this Facebook or WhatsApp and LinkedIn. I'm not saying that they are time wasters. And it cannot be now a subject of debate whether they should exist or not. Mostly it will depend how you are using that social media, telephone and mobile, and moreover, what is the nature of work. Of course, for the marketing people, they are part and parcel of their job. But even for a common person, what is important is use social media, mobile telephone in a very judicious manner, in a very effective way. I think you can control a lot of your this social media time if you are really willing, and you can control yourself. In fact, one of the tip can be that if you analyze your incoming calls on mobile, particularly, there are many callers which are your friends, your relatives, your known persons, and they are very frequent callers to you, not having any useful purpose of business, just for a chat. Is it not possible for you to tell these close relatives or your friends, such callers, that at what time it would be convenient for you to talk? At what time they can call you? So perhaps many of your routine calls can be channelized at a particular time slot also. Of course, in case of urgency, in case of important task, anyone can call you at any time. Similarly, you will have to control your time on social media, limited time. When your energies are declining, when you are not in your regular business, when you are not in your office, when it's a leisure time, then of course you can use that social media. So it all depends, but certainly what is expected is that you should be very, very particular, and you should be able to manage your calls and use of social media. Avoid socialization. Of course, socialization is important, no doubt about it. But as a common person, I can say that it is not the number of friends and acquaintances that you have. More important is your quality of relations and quality of friendship. So please avoid over socialization. Again, you are the best just to decide where you are crossing the boundary. Of course, there are many time slots which are beyond our control. say waiting time. If you have to wait for the doctor, who is very busy doctor, and you will have to wait for another 1 hour. If you have to wait for the public transportation, if you are waiting for your train or plane, don't you think that even that waiting time should be utilized effectively? Keep something light reading material in your briefcase or in your file, or meanwhile you can do some planned thinking, the person to whom you are going to meet, just how you are going to handle that person. Planned thinking can be done, routine files can be disposed of, light reading can be done. So I think it will be a good use of time. If you are not driving yourself in any, if you are having the chauffeur given car, then always keep some good audio cassettes in your car, so that you can listen some good lectures, quality lectures. So again, you are better just to decide your waiting time. So correspondence, letters, memos, books, tapes, they are the good use of waiting time. Now, let me tell you in a very pinpointed way, what are the important tips for effective time management. Of course, there might be some overlapping. That's why I'll be a bit quick here, just to summarize, just to conclude what we have discussed. And you'll find some points which are new also. Tips for effective time management. Live 24 hours a day. Be a positive thinker. Life is not a problem to be solved. Life is a mystery to be lived. So unless you are having enthusiasm, a man of full optimism and hope and ambition, then perhaps this subject is important for you. Be a total person. Have goals covering all the dimensions of your life. You must have goals for your physical fitness. Spend time for your family, that is family happiness. Strengthening good social relations. Your mental and intellectual development. Your professional development. Your financial strength. Your spiritual development. Have goals covering all the dimensions of your life. Already mentioned that don't be overambitious. Within your constraints and limitations, at least have goals. Devote at least 15 minutes for some regular. It's a minimum time. Of course, you should do more, but at least 15 minutes for some regular physical exercise. Have regular hours for some good purposive reading in spite of your very busy schedule. Again, it is not the amount of time that you read, the number of hours, but have a regular hours for some good purposive reading. In our priority quadrant, what is that? Important for you, but not urgent. So have regular hours for that. Introspect, meditate, and pray for some time. It will give you mental peace, reduce your stress. Spare educate time with your family. Spare time for visiting friends with a view to strengthen the bonds of friendship. Spare time for relaxation, and because we are not machines, so have some time for relaxation and recreation also. You should not be the late riser. Start your day early. Plan your work and work your plan. Have daily to-do list. Budget your time. Budget is important. Keep a pocket diary so that you can note down many things. You will not forget. You may note even some good quotations, anything. So always develop this habit to have that pocket diary. Prioritize your work, I already discussed. Audit periodically. Review. Reflection is important. Audit periodically the time is spent. Because nobody else but you are the best judge. And your past will provide you a lot of insights for your future course of action. Learn the art of saying no to what you cannot handle. Set practical deadlines to your goals. Goals without deadlines are dead goals. Be punctual. Punctuality should be your habit, because once you develop this habit, those who are dealing with you, they will also realize, they will understand that you are very punctual, and they will be observing that punctuality with you. Do the best work during your best time. Of course, our energy again fluctuate. Sometimes at the peak and sometimes it declines also. So do the best time when your energy level is at the peak, if it is possible. Have a quiet hour for some creative work. I already mentioned this point, that have some time for in isolation where you can do the work that requires a lot of concentration. Use that 20-80 principle, that is Pareto principle. Pareto was an Italian engineer. According to him, 20% of what you do will fetch you 80% of your results, whether it is spending money comes or time comes. It applies. So 20% will give you most of the results. But here the point is identifying that 20. So focus on 20% part, so that you will get 80% of the results. The Pareto principle. Improve your office and household system of functioning. Keep your table, drawers, notebooks clean and well organized. So be an organized person, a place for everything, and everything should be on its proper place. Reduce your time on paperwork. In your office, don't encourage paperwork unless it is absolutely necessary and as per the rules of your organization. जो काम वैसे भी हो सकते हैं तो उनको वैसे करने की कोशिश कीजिए सब. Use phone effectively, avoid its overuse. Don't have long-winded connections on telephone, unnecessary. Manage and attend meeting methodically. Have dynamic meeting. Deal effectively and politely with unwanted and wrong time callers. Reduce time on taking and serving tea, coffee, and avoid this. हमारे यहाँ दिक्कत क्या है कि कोई काम नहीं है, किसी ने हमको चाय ऑफर कर दी, कोई और काम नहीं, ना सोशलाइजेशन, ना अरे साहब बैठिए, चाय आ रही है, पान आ रहा, नाश्ता आ रही है. अब बाय द टाइम वो चाय आएगी, नाश्ता आएगा, पान आएगा, तब तक आप वैसे ही बैठे हुए हैं. कितना टाइम आपने खराब कर दिया. या अगर आपको किसी को चाय और नाश्ता करवाना ही है ना किसी अपने गेस्ट को, तो आप बी क्विक इन टेकिंग एंड सर्विंग टी, कॉफी, पान, नाश्ता एक्सेट्रा. You will save a lot of your time. Be specific and effective in communication. You should be a good communicator so that people may not require clarification. So complete communication, clear communication, educate communication, listen attentively, and already mentioned, do it today, do it now. I think it's very, very important point here, that is time consciousness. मन में बराबर ये बात अगर दिमाग में रहे ना कि समय बहुत बहुमूल्य है, समय कीमती है, बेशकीमती है, बीता हुआ समय लौट के नहीं आ सकता, सब कुछ समय पर निर्भर करता है. जो एक जागरूकता है, हमारी दिक्कत यह है कि पता नहीं वो कहाँ चली जाती है. जागरूक हैं बराबर तो शायद हम टाइम के बारे में सोच सकते हैं, इसके इफेक्टिव यूटिलाइजेशन के बारे में. डू कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस. लागत लाभ विश्लेषण. डू कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस. It's a management analysis हम लोग करते हैं in financial appraisals also. लेकिन we can very effectively use this in time as a resource also. देखिए ना कि जो समय आप कहीं खर्च करते हैं, जो पैसा आप कहीं लगाते हैं, आप उसके बदले में रिटर्न की बात करते हैं, कॉस्ट बेनिफिट. यही बात टाइम के लिए भी है. आप हमेशा सोचिए, दिमाग में लाइए इस बात को कि जो समय आप कहीं दे रहे हैं, लगा रहे हैं, उसकी एवज में आपको उस वक्त मिलने वाला क्या है, क्या मिल रहा है. मान लीजिए आपने कहीं समय दिया, लगाया, क्या आपको अपार आनंद की प्राप्ति हुई? क्या आपको मानसिक सुकून या शांति मिली? क्या आपको व्यवसाय मिला? क्या आपको सीधे सीधे पैसा मिला? क्या आपने अपने कर्तव्य का निर्वाह किया? क्या आपका उस समय जो आपने दिया उससे आपका मानसिक और बौद्धिक विकास हुआ? क्या आपको प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट में कुछ मदद मिली? किसी भी रूप में कुछ तो वो जो टाइम आपने दिया उसके बदले में आपको कुछ मिलना चाहिए. लेकिन जब कभी आपको ये लगने लगे कि आपने जो समय दिया है उसके बदले में से इसमें से आपको कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है, मिला नहीं है, तो क्या कहेंगे इसको? ये समय की बर्बादी के अलावा कुछ नहीं है। इसीलिए मैं एक बात यह कहना चाहता हूं कि प्लीज प्लीज डोंट स्पेंड योर टाइम ऑलवेज इन्वेस्टेड। अपने समय को खर्च करने की कोशिश मत कीजिए, इसका विनियोग कीजिए। जब आप खर्च करते हैं तो बदले में आपको कुछ मिलता नहीं है, लेकिन जब आप उसका विनियोग करते हैं तो बदले में आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट है, तो आपको उसका रिटर्न मिलना चाहिए। नॉट ऑलवेज मॉनेटरी, किसी भी रूप में मिलना चाहिए। दैट्स टू चेंज योर रूम लेआउट। वेरी सिंपल थिंग दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ facing the window or doors, always sit behind the window, because बड़ा बार बार डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है अगर आप विंडो फेस करते हैं या। एंड रीगेन एनर्जी, दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट कि दिन में कई बार आप एनर्जी भी रीगेन करने की कोशिश कीजिए, बिकॉज मोर एनर्जी विल लीड टू मोर एफिशिएंसी। हाउ टू रीगेन एनर्जी? ऑलवेज टेक द लाइट लंच, वरना नींद आएगी। इन बिटवीन थोड़ा सा आप वॉक कर लें, गेट सम फ्रेशनर एयर। लंच टाइम में हल्की सी झपकी लेंगे तो आप फ्रेश हो जाएंगे। सोने का नहीं करा दिन को, हल्की झपकी। गेट इनफ स्लीप, इनफ, इट इज इनफ ओनली, नॉट एच। गेट इनफ स्लीप इन द नाइट। चेंज योर अगेन योर task and take the short breaks, because body works in a rhythm, work rest work rest work rest. So any session, particularly when the session is on time management, in that case speaker must be very, very cautious and careful that he must wind up the session whatever time has been given by the organizers. But still I have few minutes which I'll reserve for few questions or your observation. But let me now coming to the last part, and for that I'll just take 5 minutes and 5 minutes for you also, and of course with the permission of organizer you can stretch the time, no problem, because we started late. तो अब मैं conclusions की ओर आ रहा हूँ सर। Basically time management is nothing but it is changing your long term bad habits। ये और कुछ भी नहीं है, क्योंकि बड़ी आम बातें हैं, बहुत ही साधारण बातें हैं, कुछ भी नया नहीं था जो कुछ मैं आपसे डिस्कस कर रहा हूं, आप सब जानते हैं। लेकिन ये समय मैनेजमेंट जो बात है, प्रबंधन की हम बात करते हैं, तो समय प्रबंधन और कुछ नहीं है, बल्कि लंबे समय से चली आ रही हमारी कुछ काम करने की गलत आदतों में सुधार करना है। चेंजिंग द लॉन्ग टर्म बैड हैबिट्स। और आदतों के बारे में किसी ने क्या खूब लिखा है, जिंदगी में खराब आदतों को, बुरी आदतों को डालना बड़ा आसान है साहब। मैं भी डाल सकता हूं, इस उम्र में भी डाल सकता हूं, बड़ा आसान होगा अभी भी डालना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी। लेकिन ये आदतें डल जाएंगी ना एक बार, तो मेरा जीना उतना ही दूभर हो जाएगा। इट अप्लाइज टू द टाइम मैनेजमेंट ऑल्सो। और जिंदगी में टाइम मैनेजमेंट जैसी अच्छी आदतों को डालना वाकई मुश्किल है, इम्पॉसिबल नहीं है, लेकिन वाकई मुश्किल है। लेकिन जब डल जाएंगी ना, तो जीना उतना ही सहज और सरल होगा। क्या विडंबना है साहब कि लोग अपनी कलाई पर महंगी घड़ी बांधते हैं, लेकिन देखा गया है कि महंगी घड़ी बांधने वाले बहुत सारे लोग अपना वक्त बर्बाद करते हैं। महंगी घड़ी बांधकर अगर अपना वक्त आप बर्बाद कर रहे हैं, तो आप उस घड़ी का, उस वॉच का केवल एक भाड़ ढो रहे हैं, उससे अधिक और कुछ नहीं कर रहे। फ्रेंड्स, time management is a concept which is not merely theoretical, it is most practical concept। सफल व्यक्तियों को आप किसी का भी आप उदाहरण लें, बिल गेट से लेकर वॉरेन बफेट तक, कोई भी एग्जाम्पल आप ले लीजिए, सफल व्यक्तियों ने समय प्रबंधन के अधिकांश सूत्रों को अपनाया है, अपनी जीवन शैली का, अपनी कार्यशैली का हिस्सा बनाया है। ऑफ कोर्स नोबडी इज परफेक्ट, नोबडी कैन बी 100%, लेकिन जितना ज्यादा आप इसको अप्लाई कर पाएंगे, शायद आप सफलता के पायदान पर उतना ही आगे बढ़ पाएंगे, अपनी जिंदगी को उतना ही खुशनुमा बना पाएंगे। मैं अपनी बात समाप्त कर रहा हूं एक घटना के साथ, एक कोटेशन के साथ और एक एक लाइन की पंक्ति के साथ। घटना इस प्रकार से है कि आपको मालूम है कि टेलीफोन का आविष्कार किसने किया था? Who invented the telephone? Of course, ग्राहम बेल। जिस वक्त ग्राहम बेल काम कर रहे थे अपने उस टेलीफोन डिवाइस पर, उन्हीं के कंटेम्पररी एक और साइंटिस्ट कहीं पर और इस बात से बेखबर कि ग्राहम बेल ऑलरेडी इस डिवाइस पर काम कर रहे हैं, टेलीफोन डिवाइस पर ही वो भी काम कर रहे थे। एंड ये संयोग था, जस्ट कोइंसिडेंट, कि दोनों ही साइंटिस्ट का जो टेलीफोन जो इन्वेंशन था बिल्कुल एक वक्त पर तैयार हुआ। बट ग्राहम बेल वाज बेट स्मार्टर। जैसे ही टेलीफोन का उन्होंने बना लिया, इमीडिएटली ही रश्ड टू द पेटेंट ऑफिस और उनके नाम पेटेंट रजिस्टर हो गया। और ये जो अलेक्जेंडर ग्रे थे, कुछ स्लो थे, ये सिर्फ 120 मिनट बाद पहुंचे पेटेंट ऑफिस। 2 घंटे कोई महत्वपूर्ण नहीं होते, उस वक्त कोई बात नहीं थी, लेकिन उन 2 घंटे का जो अंतर था उसने एक बहुत बड़ा अंतर पैदा कर दिया। टेलीफोन के इन्वेंटर के रूप में लोग जानते हैं ग्राहम बेल को, और अलेक्जेंडर का नाम इतिहास के पन्नों में कहीं दबा रह गया। नोबडी नोज अबाउट अलेक्जेंडर ग्रे। इट शोज हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट द टाइम इज। वन कोटेशन विच इज वेरी कॉमन वन, लेकिन आई थिंक वाइंड अप करने के लिए अच्छा कोटेशन है। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 साल की, तो पूछिए उस विद्यार्थी से जो परीक्षा में फेल हो गया। हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट 1 ईयर वॉज फॉर दैट स्टूडेंट। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 महीने की, तो पूछिए उस मां से जिसने समय से पहले शिशु को जन्म दिया, कितना इंपॉर्टेंट था उसके लिए एक मां। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 सप्ताह की, तो पूछिए साप्ताहिक अखबार के उस संपादक से जिसे खबर कुछ लेट मिली, वो खबर ही बेकार हो गई। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 दिन की, तो पूछिए उस दिहाड़ी मजदूर से जो बेचारा रोज कड़ी मेहनत करता है और अपने बड़े परिवार का पेट पालता है। एक दिन अगर मजदूरी नहीं मिलेगी तो कितना मुश्किल होगा पूरे परिवार के लिए। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 घंटे की, तो पूछिए उस प्रेमी से जो अपनी प्रेयसी का इंतजार बेचारा 1 घंटे से कर रहा है। एक एक पल, एक एक साल लग रहा है बेचारे को, कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है उसके लिए। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 मिनट की, तो पूछिए उस यात्री से जिसकी गाड़ी मिस हो गई 1 मिनट के फासले से। 1 मिनट पहले आ जाता तो गाड़ी मिल जाती है उसको। यदि आपको जाननी है कीमत 1 सेकंड की, तो पूछिए उस व्यक्ति से जो दुर्घटना में बाल बाल बच गया। 1 सेकंड अगर उधर होता तो बेचारा ऊपर पहुंच जाता। और अगर आपको कीमत जाननी है 1 सेकंड के 100वें भाग की, तो पूछिए ओलंपिक के उस धावक से जिसका मेडल मिस हो गया इतने से फासले से, कितना इंपॉर्टेंट था उसके लिए। आखिर में एक लाइन के साथ अपनी बात में खत्म करूंगा, और वो लाइन है, वक्त आएगा, वक्त आएगा, वक्त जाएगा, वक्त आएगा, वक्त जाएगा। इस वक्त को वक्त से संभाल के रखना, क्योंकि ये वक्त ही बेवक्त काम आएगा। किसी भी अच्छी बात को शुरुआत करने के लिए कोई मुहारत नहीं निकालना पड़ता। ये बातें सैद्धांतिक नहीं है। इस सेशन का आई थिंक कोई इसकी, मेरे को लगता है इसकी रेलेवेंस तभी है जबकि हम इनमें से कुछ बातें जो आपको कुछ अपील करती हो, यदि वो आपकी जीवन शैली का और आपकी कार्यशैली के हिस्सा बने और आप आज से ही इसकी शुरुआत करें, तो दीज वर्ड्स, इट इज एग्जैक्टली 8, इस घड़ी में भी 8 बजे हैं और मेरी घड़ी में भी लगभग 8 ही बजे हैं। तो मैं अपनी बात यही, क्योंकि समय प्रबंधन जैसे विषय पर बोलते हुए अगर वक्ता समय सीमा का अतिक्रमण करे तो विषय के साथ न्याय नहीं होता। तो यही अपनी बात में समाप्त करता हूँ। मुकेश जी, आपने सेशन रखा, मुझे इतने बढ़िया, इतने लीजेंडरी लोगों से, दबाज साहब से, लांबा साहब से, सलील साहब से मिलने का अवसर मिला। आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू, एंड आई एम थैंकफुल टू ईच एंड एवरीवन हु हैज स्पेयर्ड दीज 90 minutes with me. Thank you very much.
Anil Mehta ji, such a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Those who have not attended, they have missed it today. बहुत ही बढ़िया, आपने इतने समाबान इसको बोलते हैं ना. It was mix of stories, incident, whole presentation has been so powerful. Really wonderful, sir. Thank you. Thank you for organizing it. Thank you.
Word, sir. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Mehta. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Any
Okay.
comments, any observations, any questions? I'll be happy to.
Dr. Anil, it was something very special.
Yes.
You reminded me of my total life, if you ask me. But I have been trying to manage this time and we could not succeed till the age of 75 now. So today were the new mantras we have received from you. So let us manage whatever is left with us. And indeed, it was something very, very special, sir. Touched by your humility, the way you presented. And every time I meet and listen to you, there is something special to learn from you, sir. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mukesh, for organizing so beautiful program of Dr. Shah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Sir, can I get the
Good evening.
video?
Yeah.
Yeah, please speak. Any observation, any question, I will be happy to respond.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure, sir, sure.
Okay, I am like you talked about writing the book. I've been researching for about 20 years on how to manage mass fatalities after disaster. That is how human remains are recovered, preserved, identified, and disposed of in different countries. And I've been thinking of writing a book, and I also know this formula that 1 page a day I can write in a book, but somehow it is not happening because there are so many other things, other projects, research, and other things come. So, so can you share how you started 1 page a day, and what should I do?
My target was to write 1 page, which was not much difficult, and I don't think that writing if you are really interested and you are passionate of becoming an author, I don't think that writing 1 page per day is a very difficult task. One can write and leave aside 1 page, one can write half page. But if you have decided to write just half a page per day, I think in spite of our busy schedule, each one of us can write at least half page or 1 page. There shouldn't be any problem, provided you are really, really firm and determined. Then there shouldn't be any problem. Keep a realistic and moderate target, because I don't think that you cannot spare even half an hour before going to bed. At least if there is will, there is way. This is what I.
Okay, thank you very much. More other projects keep on coming, and something has to be done. So, so I want to appoint you my monitor. I'll send you an email so that you can monitor me, check whether I'm making progress or not.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, any other questions we have? We can take, I think, Dr. Mehta is still energetic. That's the most beautiful part.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. This is Shivani Pandey from Vanasthali Vidyapeeth. Sir, I'm a student of law at Vanasthali.
I'm happy that from my university you joined, and it's wonderful. Yeah.
Sir, it was really a wonderful session. I mean, I cannot tell you how helpful it was, because I have been struggling for past few days about how to manage time, because I'm preparing for several other things and applications. I'm working on applications to pursue masters abroad, and I really want to prepare for that. So I needed some kind of guidance on that. And your session,
Shivani, I have a special module for students, which basically I have tailored for the students only. That is time management for students. When the university will reopen again in physical mode, I'll be conducting a session for my students in Vanasthali. Time management for students particularly.
That'll be great. That'll be great, sir. Sir, I have one question. Like, I have one query how to solve that. If you can please guide me on that, I'd be so grateful.
Not only me, there are many other persons who are very, very experienced, more experienced than me even. So anyone can respond. Yeah, please.
Sir, when you do something, and sometimes you get so engrossed in it that you keep on doing it for hours.
Yeah.
How to have a control on that? Like if you're reading a book and you find it so interesting that you'll keep on reading the book for pages and pages. How to have a control on that to manage time? If you can
Now,
guide me on
again,
that.
it will depend. Suppose if the need of the hour, if the urgency, if the priority is that you should devote more time on reading particularly, then no problem, you can devote. But later on, the time will come when perhaps the other activities will become more important, and then perhaps you can take less time on reading, and then you can devote more time on those activities that require your urgent uh, attention. So again, it will be depending. For perhaps for the students, devoting more time on studying or reading is more important, but for the practicing manager, perhaps they cannot devote. So again, it will vary from position to position, from time to time, and again, as already mentioned, that there are instances, there are activities where which are of our interest. We really enjoy performing these activities, but somehow we'll have to maintain the balance with other activities also. We'll have to check and control. So as far as the activities are concerned, again, we'll have to see that what is the need for that particular time. You can devote more time on that particular time, and later on you can reduce. But as you mentioned that you can, you are so engrossed with some activities, then certainly you will have to check and control your that reading habit, even because since you are devoting so much of time on that activity, your other priorities will get disturbed in that case. Time management is basically self-discipline. That is the need of the hour. Every.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
May I, Dr. Anil Saab, may I have a word with Shivani?
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Shivani, your interest so much that you go overboard the time means you have tremendous passion to read and read and read again. One. So the more this passion gives you a lot of energy. That is a fantastic thing. And you know what happens further? If you do the rapid reading, then you will catch up much before the time. So rapid reading is a technique with which you can read within 15 minutes what you will read in 5 minutes.
In fact, it's a skill. Speed reading can be developed. Speed reading can be done.
Yeah,
There
thank
are
you
many
so much,
programs
sir.
also in speed reading.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is really enlightening. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Great.
Yes, sir. Yes, मेहता साहब.
Yes, sir.
मेहता साहब काफी के.एस. यादव काफी सालों के बाद बहुत ही आपको एक्सटेंडेड वर्जन के रूप में आज सुना है मैंने. इट्स वंडरफुल. बहुत साल पहले जब मैं जयपुर में था, उसके बाद मैं अभी देखिए अब हम रिटायर्ड, अभी कोविड के समय में रिटायर्ड हुए, रिटायरमेंट लाइफ बिता रहे हैं, और सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये आ गई स्क्रीन टाइम. और अभी आज का ही दिन देखो, बीके शिवानी जी का भी सुना है, अभी आपका वंडरफुल सुना है, लेकिन वो कहते हैं वॉक दी टॉक. अभी ये कोविड के समय में बच्चे लोग जो स्क्रीन जो टाइम है वो अब सबसे बड़ी बात है कि 7 साल की मेरी ग्रैंड डॉटर करेगी, दादू आप तो सारे दिन भर ये प्रोग्राम देखते हैं और मेरे को आप टीवी नहीं देखने देते. सो वी हैव पुट इन डायलेमा. अब मैं उनको कैसे बताऊं, मुझे अनिल मेहता साहब का सुनना है, मुझे बीके शिवानी का सुनना है, लेकिन ऐसी सिचुएशन वी हैव पुट इन डायलेमा. हाउ टू डील द सिचुएशन.
बात तो आपका कहना सही है कि बराबर स्क्रीन पर देखने से नेचुरली बच्चों की आंखों पर बहुत चश्मे भी लग रहे हैं कॉन्स्टेंटली. तो लेकिन अब हमारी दिक्कत ये है कि अभी फिलहाल जब तक कि ये सिनेरियो है, हम इससे अलग भी नहीं हो सकते. थोड़ा सा मेरे ख्याल से उसको अपन ये थोड़ा सा उसको ट्रेनिंग दें, गाइड करें कि भाई कॉन्स्टेंटली मॉनिटर की और बिना पलके झपकाए पलके.
अभी बच्चे हमें गाइड कर रहे हैं, हम बच्चों को गाइड नहीं कर रहे, बच्चे हमें गाइड कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, बिल्कुल ठीक बात है.
मोबाइल में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती है, उन्हीं से सीखते. वी हैव टू बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम ओनली.
बच्चों को तो बराबर रहना ही पड़ेगा, ऑप्शन ही, क्योंकि सब क्लासेस भी उनकी ऑनलाइन हो रही हैं. लेकिन अपनी आंखों में गुलाब जल या कोई ड्रॉप छिड़कते रहें, अपनी आंखों पर बराबर मॉनिटर अपने कांस्टेंट ना देखें, स्क्रीन की जो लाइट है बहुत ब्राइट ना हो, और जब जरूरत ना हो तब स्क्रीन ना देखें, अपना दूसरी जगह उनकी निगाह, उनको सुनना इंपॉर्टेंट है, कई बार देखना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता। तो आई थिंक कुछ विद इन ऑल दीज कंस्ट्रेंट्स अपन उनको कुछ ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हैं कि साहब टीवी को कैसे देखना है या मॉनिटर पर कैसे काम करना है, थोड़ा बहुत उनको गाइड किया जा सकता है। लेकिन अभी कोई इसका ऑप्शन तो है नहीं साहब, ऑनलाइन क्लास तो करनी ही पड़ेगी साहब, उसमें तो दोहरा ही नहीं।
It is not a question. I'm sharing these like experience. We have all like-minded people. We are suffering this. This is the phase going on.
Agree.
Okay, I think
अनिल जी आपका ईमेल एड्रेस बता दीजिए। आप मॉनिटर बन गए ना, आप मेरे मॉनिटर बन गए थे, मैं आपका ईमेल एड्रेस बता दीजिए।
mehta.2001@gmail.com
mehta.2001 Okay, I'll send you an email.
Sure, my pleasure.
Thank you.
So thank you Mukesh ji for arranging this session. Thank you Lamba Sahab, Nawaz Sahab, everyone.
thanks a lot, Dr. Mehta. I think we all were privileged to have this. So again, looking forward for some such more sessions, and thanks to the wonderful audience for being, I think, intrigued throughout the time, I think. So again, very emotionally empowered session. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening, everyone, and a very happy weekend. Looking forward for such more sessions. Thank you. Take care.
Yes, thank you.
Bye bye.